Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dark Anime Robin. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the Soul of Chogokin GX112 RepliGaiGar and option set from the King of Braves Final GaoGaiGar series, and this set is manufactured by Bandai Tamashii Nation. The review for this set will be divided into two halves, and this is the part 1 review for this set. As to why, you will see soon. And as you can see, this set is still in its transport box. So let's first take the set out of this box first. As you can see from the picture from this box here, we have the RepliGaiGar and Stealth Go 2. And on the back of the picture here, we have these option sets and some small character figures. Which is that of Mamoru and Ripley Mamoru, which these are the major characters from the GaoGaiGar anime series. And so, and the main figure in this set, RepliGaiGar, which transforms from the RepliGaiGar here. And this set is apparently designed to be able to work with the Gar machine from Soul of Chogokin GX68 GaoGaiGar in order to form the RepliGaiGar here, and which is why I'm dividing this review into two halves, because this set only has the RepliGaiGar and this special Stealth Gold tool here. We'll be reviewing these features first, by the ones that only including this set, and then we'll be reviewing the combination with the parts from GX68 that will form this RepliGaiGar here. And now let's unbox this set. So now let's So looks like we have like a foam box here and a plastic set over here. Let's get close here. On the top, looks like we can see this probably a lot of pieces in this set. Like probably with from option parts that can work with the Stealth Gold or as display stand. And we have a tag here for GaiGar and the Chinese or Japanese letters for King of Braves. Down up this corner, we also have like this looks like an alternate face for RepliGaiGar, as well as interchangeable hand parts. And if we look closer, we have the mini figure here. So these are the translucent figures that are supposed to represent Mamoru, the major character from the GaiGar series, as well as this bluish green one would be like his clone, the replicate Mamoru that appeared in the OVA series in GaiGar Final, which this set is based on. And here's a mask head for the obviously for RepliGaiGar. These parts are likely the parts I can attach to the engines of Stealth Gold 2. See what lies beneath this set. Now I'll open this up and let's check all the figures and inside here. There we go. Looks like I may have it done the wrong way. So here, we have the RepliGaiGar that will transform into RepliGaiGar. This is the stealth go tool. I can combine this RepliGaiGar as well as the rest is obviously some of the engine parts that get attached to the either side of the stealth go's wings. So for space travel. And here are like the rings that also function as part of the engine. In the set, we also have the instruction manual show us how to work with the set. Before we take out the figures, let's first check out the content of the instruction manual here. So on the first page we have the overview of every part, every figure and accessory in this set. And here, obviously this is showing us how to transform the RepliGaiGar into RepliGaiGar. And here's one thing. One special feature you can do. This is how they change into different face by first take out the head and to change the face and put it back on. And also, as you saw from the accessory, there's interchangeable hands for RepliGaiGar to work with, so you can just take out the hand and put it on, or in the robot mode as RepliGaiGar, there's the claws of RepliGaiGar can also become the weapon. And now it's telling us how you can put the engines together onto the wings and putting the RepliGaiGar helmet on. And simply put, this is the instruction manual on how to assemble the stealth go tool set. And here's along with the display stand set, and this is how the complete form is supposed to look like. And now we have the final fusion instruction on how to form the RepliGaiGar. And most of the Go machine set is not in this set. It's all in the GX68 RepliGaiGar. So once again, I will be performing these combination in the second part of the review. But you can check out how these instructions are like first. also how it can work with the option set to be put onto stands, and how the rings from the engine will become part of his attack pose. And defense pose. So apparently the head part we saw earlier, it's because in the general combination, apparently we have the helmet that becomes the head of GaoGaiGar by covering up the Gaigar or RepliGaiGar's head, but here looks like we have the alternate head part that can just be attached on, and I'm assuming this head probably can look better than the portrayal of the helmet can show us. So it probably look cooler. That's why there's like this option parts here. You can see those green, translucent green parts. Also can replace onto the engine for better looking effect. And apparently every part that can work with this set for the RepliGaiGar, you can also put it to work with GX18 for the GaoGaiGar set. And that's mostly pretty much what the instruction manual shows us. So now let's just check out this set. First, I'm gonna take out the RepliGaiGar here. And here to set it up, we merely have to pull up this piece, which represents like the top part of its mane, and open up its jar. And then we also have to take out its tail. As in here, this part is slightly tricky because the tail's kind of really deep in there. In order to get the tail out, there's like this small hinge in there. You press it so the tail comes out like that, and then you just pull. And here we go. And this is how we finish the basic setup of RepliGaiGar here. Now let's check out this figure's articulation in this lion mode. So the front legs can just move up like this, so the paw can move up and down, so this can help make a clawing, striking pose. And with this flexible shoulder armor piece, it allows the front leg to raise laterally. And the waist is also flexible here. And the front leg is simply move back and forth by this joint. And there's a minor articulation here with the tail. So, and of course, as you saw before, the jar can close and open. This back paw or feet also flexible down here, so it can help with setting up stance or poses. And that's the general articulation in this form, and let's now transform it into RepliGaiGar. Now, to begin the transformation, the first thing we do is put the tail back into the compartment here. Then first we have to stand it up by straightening the legs. Then for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna close the jar first. So now we go back here. Flip up this armor piece. You have to close these pieces down. And now you pull up the front paw here. Or actually a little articulation I missed earlier, so it looks like the claws are kind of flexible too. This can help with you however stance you want to set in the lion form. Okay, and now let's resume changing and again, so now we get the hands. Now you lower down the arms. And then you have to turn the lower body to 180 degree. This is our main form. And then the head of galleon, the lion head here, pull it down, and then like this, turn it. There we go. So the lion head is now the chest of the RepliGaiGar or robot form. And now we have to pull up this head. To do that, you kind of have to open the arm here, this compartment, so you can reach the head inside, push it. Then just turn the hand toward this direction, and there we go. Now we have the this is RepliGaiGar. Now let's check out the articulation of this form. So the head can turn any degree, and can really look up, but it can kind of look down. You can turn it on. It's a very tight joint. Here, and as you saw earlier in lion mode, because of this flexible armor part, its arms can raise laterally. And the hand can turn. There's also the arm joins in its arm here. And there's a flexible thumb here on its hand. It can also turn over. You can open up its fingers like this. But the fingers aren't completely flexible. There's like 4 fingers, like 2 of them still fuse together, so we still have some degree of dexterity or flexibility. Also move up its legs and turn at its knees. And the flexibility of its feet helps with any kind of stance. And of course, it can turn at its waist, so it can do various kind of poses. However, a lot of these joints are tight, so it's articulate but not very flexible. This is one of the attacking pose you can set up. Even in robot mode, the lion claws can become a weapon. Another articulation would be again around at its legs. Besides move up and down, you can also raise to the side. So this can kind of do like set up as a kicking pose. Same with this other leg. So it can help adjust stance. As you saw, there are interchangeable parts such as alternate hands and face for this figure, and in order to apply them, just first you have to literally pull off these parts here, and then replace them with the hand or the face you want. Same thing to do with a face, you just first have to pull out the head. then just remove the face and put the alternate face on, and put the head back on. And now let's check out how RepliGaiGar here looks with those alternate parts. Here we have the first alternate hands, which were larger fists. If you want to do some cool looking attack pose with RepliGaiGar here, you probably want to work with these pair more than any other in the set. Here we have each of the other two alternate pair of hands. One of them is good for like putting a hand on the hip, kind of confident pose, whilst the other is where like the fingers are open. You can use it to do various kind of pose you can think of, like wave your hand up for like a stop kind of warning. Here we have RepliGaiGar with the alternate face on, and this, although it doesn't have a strong expression with this face, but with the mouth open, if you want to make it like RepliGaiGar saying something or yelling something, like I just said, if you wanted to make it look like he's saying stop, this is a better face to work with than the default face. And here we have the RepliMamoru minifigure holding the passkey machine, like from the RepliGaiGar Final series. So it's supposed to, he's supposed to sit on Galleon's head like this. There's no support part, so it's tricky. But yeah, this should have done this in the lion mode, but yeah, it's supposed to sit on the top of the lion head like that. This covers the basic details of RepliGaiGar, and now let's move on to Stealth Go 2. So here we have the parts to set up Stealth Go 2 from this set. However, I would like to refer everyone back to the instruction manual for a moment here. So because apparently there are two parts, or at least one part and one alternate part for setting up Stealth Go that are not present or included in this set, like the engine parts that becomes like part of the arms of RepliGaiGar and GaiGar. This engine, this set apparently do not include these parts, and there's also like the helmet mask that's from the also from the GX68 set. It's not included in here, but instead we're gonna have to work with alternate head that is including this set. So that's a result. In this video, you're not gonna see the complete setup of Stealth Go 2 here. You're gonna see like what's in this picture minus these two red engine here. So now let's put these together. Now we start by putting like these nose cone or sharp tip part, putting on here, and then we're gonna secure it by putting all these parts on. each of them. They just have to be hooked onto these holes here. Here we go. So that's one engine, and then now we do it to the other one as well. And now that we have these engines complete, we just have to put on these phantom rings on them. Maybe each ring has different ones. Okay, there we go. The patterns on the ring here, and try to fit that onto the engine. There we go. So we have both of the engines, and now we just have to put it onto the wings of the plane or Stealth Go 2. Now that we have both engines here, one more thing we want to do before putting them onto either side of Stealth Go's wing is to put the head into the compartment of Stealth Go 2 here. And technically this isn't a necessary step to set it up, because this head is only needed for the final fusion combination into GaoGaiGar or RepliGaiGar. So, but just for storage or setup purposes, you can still just put it in here. So, just turn this on, make sure it won't be in the way here, like that. Now let's put the engines on. Here, see the opening here. Actually, the other way here. There we go. As shown earlier, there are the black pieces that help form on the engines. There are also alternate sets that are translucently green here. And this is how Stealth Go 2 look with these green pieces instead of the black ones. Here we have the pieces that form the display stand from the option set, which can support Stealth Go 2. And now let's put it together so we can set up the plane or Stealth Go 2 on. Let's start by putting the base together here. Here. Okay, so now we have like a triangle-like base here, and then we're gonna put the King of Brave RepliGaiGar's logo on by connecting it from this side here. Oh, see this? That's how big. Okay, there. You just have to fit it in there. So now the base is complete. Put the main support beam on. Now to put, well, looks like that was my mistake here. Should have put it on first. First, put these support structure on either side first. And then put on there. And finally, put this last support piece on here. And now, finally, we just have to set up this plane onto the display stand here. See down here, this whole, there's like a little slot here. I just have to fit these on. It can be kind of tricky. Okay, there we go. Here, the incomplete Stealth Go 2, again without the red engine from the GX68 set. That's it for Stealth Go 2 here, and unfortunately there isn't much it can do other than looking very cool and with the display stand here. So it's a really nice collectible. Then if you want to have put on some futuristic plan to put on display, this is definitely a good collectible here for you. This covers all the basic feature that this set figures can do by themselves without the other parts or figures from GX68. So unfortunately, this set is mostly like a support set, and it cannot reach its full potential unless you also purchase the Soul of Chogokin GX68 RepliGaiGar set, but there are other pieces from the set that can also help the GX68. So overall, it's kind of a strategy that just it forces collector to buy all kinds of set together, and This set by itself is like a very high price too. So if you feel already satisfied with GX68, maybe you don't want to get this set. But with this set, you can have a more role play for display from the RepliGaiGar Final series. So if you're a very serious and die-hard collector, I believe this set would be very good for you to add to your collection. That is, again, if you already have the GX68 set. This concludes the part 1 of my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel, and please check out other videos from my channel, and please stay tuned for part 2. And if you have any question, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer with the best of my knowledge and ability.